As I rethread the spark plug hole, the engine block, it's plug number 2 on the passenger side. You'll see that the filings are coming off as I ream out the cylinder, the plug cylinder. So what I'm doing is I'm cleaning it, getting all those filings off. Then I'm putting on some Vaseline. Everyday Vaseline, just throw it on there. Kind of a home remedy. You just pile it on there. In the grooves, you see the grooves. Just put it right in those grooves there. I put a good amount, that way it'll screw in and definitely pick up any filings in there when I back it out. Then what you do, you take your green tool with your extensions. I have a small extension and then I have a long foot extension. Tied everything back so it could get into the cylinder wall. I go down into that cylinder wall and I find the hole, feel around, and start to turn the reamer in there so it fits and it's started. It'll be smooth when it starts after you've reamed it for a while. So I'm almost there. This is probably the last ream. And I feel it going into the wall. Now it's in there. It's kind of hard to turn, but as you turn, go smooth. Smooth. It's a bit smooth. I'm going 5 turns because that equals a hole on the ratchet. Okay, then go ahead and back it out. And it'll be a lot smoother coming out than going in. See? It's a lot smoother coming out. But as you back it out, you're bringing all those filings with you. And those filings are where it'll hit your cylinder walls as you fire and the piston fires. You scratch it, you ruin your seals. So make sure you get all those filings by using your Vaseline. See how that works? See all the filings on there? And that's what hits your piston. You don't want that. So I'm going to do 2 more turns and then I'll come back. Okay, on my 4th time around, I got stuck up because it's a lot of force to thread this. So I got a cheater bar. Just a little pipe. Stick on the end of your wrench. And that way you can torque as tight as you want. Keep that in line and turn. Just like that. A lot easier with a cheater bar. Okay. My bad, I had a phone call. Alright, so I'm using the cheater bar. I've turned it about 4 times. I'm going to go 1 more. Let's see how far I'm through. Because what is going to tell you where you're at is keep an eye on your Vaseline. When you get it torqued down and bring it back out, it should show you where the Vaseline has come off, how deep you are. So you just keep turning, get that puppy out, because on these Triton V8s, 99, the threads on the plugs are about 1 inch long, where on your cylinder head, they're only about 1/4 inch. They didn't, when they built this motor, they didn't put any threads on the inside of the head. So, hence that's why we're doing this. So, I'm about there. So, I'm gonna go 1 more turn, and then we'll see where we're at. One thing I wanted to show you is that's about how long the thread is on your engine block. When you take that head off, you got to take everything off the manifold, take the head off. You'll see that's all you get for your spark plug. But your spark plug is this long. I'll come back and show you the plug size compared to this size. Alright, here we have the spark plug that goes into that well. As you notice, it's about 1 inch thick. And then this is what they call an insert. The top of the insert has rivets around it because that's what you sink into the head to keep this piece in. So your plug goes into that insert all the way till it bottoms out. Go ahead and screw this into your cylinder wall, which I'll be doing here in a minute. So thread that in there. Then pull your plug out. And what I suggest is you put a little bit of anti-seize in there so that it doesn't lock up on you and you can't get it back out. If you can't get it back out, you're gonna have to just finish the job without having it seated right and having the opportunity of it backing itself out and pops again. Okay, now what I'm doing for a precautionary measure, taking air and I'm blowing out that cylinder wall. I have a straw taped to a little gun. Pretty handy. I'm going to go ahead and stick it down that hole. Blow it out real good. And up and down, up and down. That way it gets everything out there. Like that. That's all you got to do. Blow that out. Clean up your straw. Alright. Now what we're going to do is go back in. This should be the last time I have to ream it. So I'm going to go ahead, slather Vaseline on my tool. That's funny. So I get it on there. Right in those channels. Like so. Coat it real good. This is going to be the last ream. Get my tool down in there. Slowly jiggle it. And go ahead and start threading it in. It's real smooth when you get it in there, down deep enough. Then you'll bottom out. Take your cheater bar. Torque it in there. Becoming smoother, so I believe we're through. It ain't gonna matter how far you go because as long as you have your piston top dead center on 1, 3, I believe it's 3, will be all the way down so you have plenty of clearance between your ream tool and before you get to the piston. And we are all the way down. Coming back out. Take your time. That way slow wins the prize on this. Now I can see where it is. We might have to go just a little bit more. Let's find the plug. Match it up here. We got about a 1/4 inch to go. So we'll go ahead and clean off our reamer. Re-Vaseline it. Again, I Vaseline my tool. And I'm going to see how far down it goes. I want to make the last thread because that's the length of the insert. Same length as the spark plug. So we'll go ahead and put that in there and ream it out again. See if we can't bottom out. Okay, we got it in the hole. Now it's gently, like you put in a spark plug, gently turn it, feel it, it went in. So now I'm going to torque it in. So it bottoms out and gets hard. I think I'm to the point where I can just keep reaming and not have to use the cheater bar. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. So I put my cheater bar on there, keep my my extension straight, twist. What you're actually doing is cutting into the aluminum and re-honing the head. They call it honing. So get that sucker in there good. Just about there. Okay, this last tryst pulled out a lot of shavings. So I'm guessing we're right about there where the shavings end, see? So we're gonna go one more time, probably about 5 to 10 turns, about 10 turns once we get to that point. So it takes quite a bit, but as you crank and you keep that Vaseline on there, all those filings won't go in your engine. See all the filings on there? That'll ruin your block if you don't get them out. So use your air, use your Vaseline on your tool. Okay, this last time we bottomed out. Hardly any shavings. So I know I'm done. Go ahead and clean this up and then we'll get our insert in. Okay. Well, it's starting to rain, so I'm going to do this real quick. Take my air hose, shove the nozzle down in there as far as it'll go, blow it out. Okay, just as long as there's not any filings left, we're good. Because it's raining, I'm going to go ahead and shut down. Thank you for watching. Okay, here I have the anti-seize for the plug. It's called anti-seize. The one I have is from Versa Trend, something like that. Anyway, I think it was $1. Everything's expensive anymore. Go ahead and rip it open and start squeezing it out. It's just like Vaseline, really. But this one's brown color. So I can go ahead and put that on my plug all the way around. This is keep it from seizing on the insert. Okay, so I got enough on there. Here's my insert. Make sure the rivets up top are going up. Go ahead and thread your plug into there. And that anti-seize will keep it from seizing. Try not to get it on your plug. If you get it on your plug, then it's going to come out when you take your plug out. That's the whole idea, is to be able to take your plug out after you've torqued that insert. Okay, I got my insert on my plug. I put a little bit of Loctite on it just to make sure it stays in. Okay, I got it down in the cylinder. I'm fitting it. There it took. Now I'm going to just torque it all the way down. Remember, I have anti-seize on it, the plug in the insert. Then I have Loctite on the insert going onto the head. So I kind of want to work quick so that Loctite will set. Once I smash the rivets into the head, it's going to have contact, so I'm not worried about that. But once it stops, you know your insert's in all the way. Okay, that's it. Alright, now this is your punch, and what it'll do is seat your insert. See how it's flared? Well, that'll push the top of the insert into the wall of your head and keep that in place. So now I've let that Loctite sit. I'm going to go ahead and pull my plug back out, hopefully without the insert. Feels smooth, so it might be just the plug coming out. Because I use the anti-seize, it has copper on it, so then it makes contact with the wall of the insert. And you don't put too much Loctite on it because you want to be able to get contact. I just put it at the end of the insert, facing the head. Okay. Got my plug without the insert. So my insert's in place, my plug is out. Now I'm using my punch. I take this punch, put it in my head, make sure it goes into the wall of the insert. You might have to use a magnet. I'll be back. Okay, zoom in a bit, actually all the way. All right, now I have my hammer. I'm going to use my extension. I already have my flaring tool. It flares that insert. I have it in there. Go ahead and smack it. Do that a few times. Try to center it on that flaring tool. The more centered you have it, the better off you are. Try to seat that insert. Okay, we ought to be good. Gave it some wax. Alright. Because the flaring tool doesn't go, it goes all the way into the spark plug cylinder hole, so you have to get a magnet to fish it out. So I'm going to go ahead and take this magnet, try to get it out. There it is. Okay. We're looking good. Alright. So now, put everything back together. Okay, as you can see, I have the Edelbrock coil there. Got the screw started, have my ratchet in it. I'm ready to torque it all the way down. Then I gotta take everything else, hook it all back up, cut my water lines. Actually, I might leave them like that because they look more off the engine. So. But I gotta put all my vapor lines back together. Then I'll be able to start the motor. But I'm cleaning up, putting everything away, getting ready to try to fire it up. Hooked up all my fuel injectors and the coils there, all hooked up. The air hoses are all hooked up. Now we're going to try to start it. Looks good. Yeah. Okay, it's been running about 15 minutes. Okay. Shut her off. All done.